Hey there. If you're anywhere in the Houston area and staring down a massive car repair bill, well, you know that awful sinking feeling in your stomach? Today, we're going to dive into the smartest way to handle that exact situation and how you can turn what feels like a financial disaster into quick cash. It's one of the most stressful moments you can have as a car owner, right? You take your car to the shop, you're crossing your fingers, hoping for a simple fix, and then they hand you an estimate that looks more like a down payment on a new car. Trust me, you are not alone in this. Let's actually put a number on that feeling. Industry data shows that the average yearly repair cost for a driver in Houston is set to climb over $936 in 2025. That is a serious chunk of change just to keep your car running for one more year. And, it gets worse. That number isn't just sitting still, it is skyrocketing. Car repair costs have ballooned by a staggering 43.6% since just 2019. This isn't some small jump. It's a trend that makes rolling the dice on a big repair way riskier than it used to be. And when we say big repairs, we are talking about serious, serious money. Things like a transmission rebuild or major engine work, that can easily blast past $5,000. At that point, you really got to ask yourself, am I fixing an asset or am I just pouring cash into a money pit? So, in this explainer, we're going to break it all down for you. We'll start with the specific dilemma here in Houston, look at the real cost of fixing your car, compare your selling options, and then we'll uncover the big advantages of using a professional buyer. And finally, I'll show you how to get the most value for your car as is. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's get to the core of the problem. We're going to pinpoint that exact moment when pouring more and more money into repairs just stops making any financial sense, especially right here in the Houston market. So the key here is knowing when to just cut your losses and walk away. And there are some really clear signs to watch for. If your repair estimate is more than half of what the car is even worth, that is a giant red flag. Same thing if you're juggling multiple failing systems. The engine's acting up and the AC dies in the middle of a Houston summer. High mileage, or a car that just keeps breaking down no matter how many times you fix it, those are all strong signals that it's time to sell it as is. But see, that first repair quote you get, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. There are all these hidden costs and financial traps that, honestly, most car owners just don't see coming until it's too late. So here's a really simple tool to help you make a logical choice, not an emotional one. Go ahead, score your own car right now. Is it over 5 years old? That's 1 point. Are the repairs over $2,000? That's 2 points. Go on, add it up. If your score is 3 or more, the data's pretty clear. Selling your car as is probably the smartest financial move you can make. And this right here gets to the heart of something called the depreciation trap. It's so important. You might sink $3,000 into a new transmission, but here's the kicker. That does not increase your car's value by $3,000. Not even close. You'd be lucky to see a tiny fraction of that back. You're spending money that you will literally never, ever get back. And in fact, the local market data here in Houston is crystal clear on this. Cars that have a documented history of major repairs, they sell for 15 to 25% less than similar cars without that history. So think about that. Not only do you not get your repair money back, the repair itself actually tanks your car's future resale value. It's a double whammy. Okay, so let's say you've made the smart call. You've decided to sell. Now what? What are your actual options? Let's put the 3 main paths you can take head to head and see how they really stack up. All right, on one hand, you've got the dealership trade-in. Sure, it's fast and it feels safe. But they're going to give you a lowball offer, almost guaranteed. We're talking 40 to 60% below what your car is actually worth. Then, on the other hand, you could try a private sale. You might get more money, but it is slow, it's a huge hassle, and it's full of risks like scammers and people who just waste your time. Now, let's zoom out and look at the whole picture. When you actually chart these options against the things that matter, like speed, price, convenience, and safety, you can see the trade-offs really clearly. According to this data, the professional buyers score 5 stars across the board, giving you a balance that beats dealerships on price and beats private sales on, well, pretty much everything else. And that brings us right to this solution, the professional buyer. Let's take a closer look at exactly why this approach is such a game changer for someone in your exact situation. The absolute beauty of this is how simple it is. The whole process is designed to just get rid of all the stress. It takes maybe 2 minutes to make a call or fill out a form online. You get a guaranteed offer. They schedule free towing from anywhere in the Houston area, by the way.
And then you get paid cash right there on the spot. The whole deal is done in less than 30 minutes once they show up.
And look, this isn't just some theory. This works for real people. Just take Maria's story here. Her shop quoted her over $4,500 to fix her transmission. Instead of paying that, she made one phone call and walked away with $2,800 cash the very next day. I mean, that is a massive financial swing in the right direction. Now, if you do go this route, the key is finding a trusted local business. You want to look for someone with years of experience serving the Houston community, a great rating with a Better Business Bureau, and tons of positive customer reviews. That's a track record you can actually feel good about. And finally, no matter which way you decide to sell your car as is, there are a few really simple things you can do to make sure you're getting the absolute best offer you possibly can. These are just quick, easy wins. Have your paperwork ready to go, your title, your registration, clean out all your personal stuff, and this is a big one, just be totally upfront about the car's condition. Honesty is what gets you an accurate, guaranteed quote. And yeah, it's smart to compare a couple of offers, but just be careful and watch out for those shady bait-and-switch games some places try to play. So, after looking at all the numbers, all the options, and the real-world stories, it really all boils down to this one simple idea. You have to recognize when your car has crossed the line from being an asset to being a liability. Don't let a problem car become a financial black hole that just drains your bank account and adds stress to your life. And that really brings us to the end. Every single day that you wait, your car is losing value, and the threat of another breakdown is always there. So, knowing everything you know now, the real question isn't just what can you do, it's what will your smart move be?